Good morning and welcome to yet another online trombone lesson. Of course you're going to need a trombone. Let's start off with the mouthpiece. Remember I mentioned it last lesson. Lips together, mouthpiece on your lips. Let's see if I can hear you all buzzing. Those of you that have a brass trombone have a brass mouthpiece with silver plate on it. Those of you that have a plastic trombone will have a plastic mouthpiece. Plastic mouthpieces are ideal for playing outside in the cold because you can get cold sores with a really cold brass mouthpiece, whereas a plastic mouthpiece is nice and warm. That's why they're invented. Keep you from getting cold sores. Okay, so the trombone. Remember, we hold it in our right hand, the slide in our right hand with the long bit towards us, or if you've got the plastic one, the big black bit there. The mouthpiece goes in the furthest away hole. Trombone in your left hand, grasp it firmly, and it goes at right angles onto the slide. There we go. And the sheet we're going to be using this morning is Ipswich High School Trombone Coursework 4. Trombone Coursework 4. So have a look at Trombone Coursework 4 and you will discover that the top line where it usually says reminder is no longer there. So I'm going to remind you without that music just to show you how it goes, to remind you. And that of course is the major scale of B flat. A major scale is the scale from one note to the octave higher, in this case B flat, all the way up to B flat. This exercise only concentrates on the top half. So let's find the first note, which is halfway up the scale, F. Can you all play that? Let's try again. Yeah, if you can, see if you can make a note last 10 seconds. I'm going to see if I can make my note last 10 seconds. Okay, if you managed to play your note as long as I played my note, well done, you've got a good pair of lungs. So 10 seconds is a good note, good long note. Now we don't need 10-second notes here, we need 2 beats on each one. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. And first position, fourth position, second position, first position. So let's just show you. First position, fourth position, second position, first position. Should sound like this. That's the first 4 notes. Let's try that again. Ready? Steady, go. And I've stopped after 4 notes, but the actual exercise doesn't stop after 4 notes. What it does, it comes back down again. So you're going up the hill from F to B flat, then you're coming back down the hill from B flat back to F. So I'm going to play the whole line now. And if you want to play it again, maybe be a bit more creative and play a different rhythm, you could play you can play all kinds of rhythms on each step. And there we go. So that is an exercise which I would like you to start off with. If you wish to do it again, this is a good time to pause the video and just, or even rewind it and do it again. However, I'm going to push on now. Now, the first year I did this with the year 5s, they took a whole year to learn this next piece. The next piece that we're going to do now is we're going to do after less than half a year. So I'm not sure if that means that they were very slow, or I was very thorough with them, or that you're very clever, or that I'm glossing over things too fast. But nevertheless, this piece, Minor Chant, the next one down, is what the first group of year 5s played at their final performance. If you look at it, it's really quite simple, because it's split into separate little bits. There's 8 bars of music. The first, the third, the fifth and the 7th are identical, and the second, 4th, 6th and 8th are quite similar. Let me play the whole thing. It's quite a catchy tune, really, and it's a slightly jazzy tune, which is why there is this kind of note writing over these 2 notes. They are 2 quavers which would normally go da da, but on this case the first one's longer than the second one, da da. So I'm going to play the 1st, 3rd, 5th and 7th bars only. Okay, now I'm going to invite you to play just the 1st, 3rd, 5th and 7th bars with me. Here we go. Ready, steady, go. Good, and if you were playing it correctly, each note would have gone higher. 4th position, 1st position a little higher, 4th position higher still. Make sure you don't go the correct positions but the wrong tension in your lips. Now I'm going to play the 2nd, 4th, 6th and 8th bars. Here's the 2nd bar. I'll do it again. Now here's the 4th bar. And last of all, the 8th bar. Good, so I'm now going to play the whole thing from beginning to end. There you go, that's Minor Chant, dissected into little bits, practiced in little pieces, then put together again and played as a whole. And again, you can pause the video at this point and do it again if you wish, or you can rewind to the beginning and play again. So if you've chosen to carry on, we're going to finally move on to a piece that you have done before, but using different notes. This is a slightly higher up version. It's a little bit more difficult, and it uses the note A flat. A flat, instead of playing the top line note on second position like we did in minor chant, it's the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, sixth note in minor chant is second position. Now the third note in When the Saints on the same line is now third position because of the flat at the beginning of the line. I've circled it and I've written A flat. So let's slowly do the first 4 notes of When the Saints. Third position for E flat. Fourth position for G. Third position for A flat. First position for B flat. And at this point I would just like to mention the drawing, which I try and do every week. It's never quite the same, but the point of it is to try and get you to think these positions very accurately, almost as if you had a little notch on your slide. So when you go to second position, you can hear a little click as it clicks into second position, or click as it clicks into third position, or click as it clicks into fourth position. There aren't any notches and it's not going to click, but I want you to imagine that there are. So I'm going to play When the Saints. Good. So there's only 5 different notes in this piece. E flat, F, G, A flat and B flat. But they are higher and harder to play than the ones you're used to. Now, I'm not going to play that anymore. You know how the tune goes. You have me playing it there. You can rewind it if you wish. I just want to take this opportunity, while we've got a few seconds left at the end, to remind you that there are another series of lessons called Play the Trombone with Mr. Cole, going from episode 1 to episode 9. And if you get fed up with hearing my voice, well, not my voice, but if these pieces that I'm going over week after week, then maybe you could look back at the Play the Trombone with Mr. Cole series, Ipswich High School, just the same. So I'm going to just go one last time and say goodbye till next week. Have a good week.